And of course, we have to keep talking about this whole thing about the assembly, the meeting, and all the stuff because we have more news. But let me tell you something first. Look, well, this is a kind of reminder from the previous video where I said Jude Bellingham is set to snap Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool, and as he prefers a move to Real Madrid over the Premier League. Okay, this is crystal clear, man. Every time Sky Sports Premier League says this, confirms this, tweets this, I mean, there's no other way around. I mean, it's not a kind of German newspaper, it's not a Spanish newspaper confirming this, but a Sky Sports Premier League newspaper, TV news, whatever you want to call it, okay? Are the English Premier League Sky Sports reporters, media saying this, saying Jude Bellingham wants to play for Real Madrid? If they say that, man, there's no other way for me. There's no doubt he wants to play for Real Madrid. He wants to become a Real Madrid player. And of course, Real Madrid won't have any big obstacle on the way, big problem on the way to sign the player if he wants to play with us. If Real Madrid wants to go ahead and sign the player, I mean, we shouldn't have any problem, right? So the only thing, yeah, we have to wait until next year. And of course, he and other players are within the plans of Real Madrid to start to replace players from the midfield of Real Madrid. Players like Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, and others, right? We already have, though, to some of them, like Fede Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and all of them, right? Or Ceballos and all these players. But we still need more, right? Because if Toni Kroos retires from Real Madrid next year, if Luka Modric retires from Real Madrid, not next year, but next 2 years, because he has contract until 2024, and all this stuff, we have to start to build up a midfield, a young midfield with the right people, right? With the right players, with players that are not only young, but are also experienced enough to occupy these spots in the starting 11 of Real Madrid. I mean, you cannot make a transition from the older ones to the younger ones without telling them, without explaining them, without making sure they assume the role the older ones, the elderly, the older ones have in Real Madrid, right? So I don't know. Let's see what happens. But my opinion is we are in the right path. We are in the right way. And of course, Jude Bellingham has right now, I'd say 90% chance to sign for Real Madrid. And of course, Real Madrid is still monitoring, tracking the situation with the other clubs. But apparently, within the board members, they are very relaxed. They are very calm down, just because they know the player wants to play for us, and all the things we are doing as far as Jude Bellingham are actually already done, right? Real Madrid cannot do anything else other than, I don't know, make a couple of calls to the guy and say, hey, how is it going? I mean, are you still convinced you want to play for us? I mean, are you okay? I mean, I don't know. What they don't want to happen is something like with Kylian Mbappe, right? In the last minute, you learn he doesn't want to play with you, when the last 2 years he's been saying, right, to everybody that he wants to play in Real Madrid, right? That is what we don't want to happen again. And of course, let me tell you, Real Madrid will try to sign Jude Bellingham before March. If the thing goes beyond March, that is going to be a problem, because Real Madrid doesn't want to happen again what happened with Kylian Mbappe, okay? So I'd say it is very, very likely to happen. Real Madrid will sign this player probably for by March or something, okay? So, well, as far as Endrick, we have this news. We have pretty much Real Madrid are so calmed down as well with Endrick, because the player apparently wants to play for Real Madrid as well. They believe the rumors about Barcelona and other teams are unfounded and are confident the Wonder Kid will join them. That is very true. I mean, the older Jose Felix Diaz came out with an article in Marca, very, very explanatory, okay, telling us all the details regarding or behind the signing of Endrick, right? All the things that are happening right now in his life, in his career, in his family, who is he picking to, what is the most important for him, and of course, very important as well is the detail that he is still underage and he cannot come to play in Europe, right? So that was the biggest obstacle for Real Madrid to sign him. And it is actually the biggest obstacle for Real Madrid to sign him, because you cannot bring him over like right quick and then put him on loan or something like that. You have to wait a little bit, see how the player is going to evolve in the next 2 years, and then say, okay, let's try to sign this player and bring it over, and that's it. No, you have to play. You have to wait a little bit, right? You have to wait like a couple of years before to sign him, right? That's very important. The other day, apparently, also FC Barcelona scouters, or whatever you want to call it, they were in Brazil, whether asking, monitoring, tracking the situation, asking him, the family, or whatever, just testing the waters about what his future wants, he wants to look like, right? About his thoughts about that, about his mind, what that's the thing, all the stuff, right? So apparently nothing happened. Nothing good for FC Barcelona. Apparently the player really wants to whether play for Real Madrid or not to play for FC Barcelona, or both, maybe, okay? So they couldn't get anything good from the player, and Endrick will not sign FC Barcelona or any other team in the world. Apparently, Endrick wants to wait for Real Madrid to show up and with a contract on hands, right? To lay it on the table and say, okay, you can sign up because you will be a Real Madrid player. That is apparently what he wants to do for now. Just wait, keep playing, enjoying, keep evolving, that's it, okay? So, good news as well for Real Madrid. And by the way, for so many people out there, the signing of Endrick might be a problem for the signing of Erling Haaland. I don't think so. And the reason for that is Erling Haaland and Endrick are, they have like 7 years gap between the two of them, right? So it's different generations. If you have the Erling Haaland, if you sign and bring him over to Real Madrid with 24, being 24 years old, and you already and you also sign to Endrick within 2 years, he will be 18, right? When one of them is in his peak, in the peak of his career, in the middle of his career, the other one, Endrick, is just starting it. He's 16. He's a kid, right? 16 years old is nothing. So when Erling Haaland, when the time goes on and Erling Haaland becomes a 29-year-old player, okay, Endrick will be a 23, 24-year-old player. So he will be technically starting off his career when the other one is, getting close to the 30s. So they are two different generations. So there shouldn't be any problem with that. So let's see what happens. And then I'm going to jump on to the most important news that brought the meeting with the members of Real Madrid. And it's, of course, the news you were waiting for so long, right? It's about Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland. What Florentino Perez, what did he say about Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe? The first thing, according to the people that were in the meeting, according to that people, I cannot play it. Oh, okay. Okay, it's okay. According to the people that were in the meeting, Florentino Perez was asked about that. He was asked about Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and all the stuff, right? What he said is they are not a Real Madrid players because they didn't want to. My opinion is he was pretty much talking about Kylian Mbappe, not Erling Haaland. That is not the case, okay? So let's put him aside, okay, to the Norwegian player. So Mbappe is not a Real Madrid player because he didn't want to, okay? He preferred to stay in Paris. That's it. As far as the future with these two guys, the Real Madrid doors are completely 100% open, okay? So he didn't deny the fact if they are still playing in a couple years, maybe 1 year, if they are still playing like nuts and they are still awesome and they are still magnificent players and scoring goals and being important and all this stuff, Real Madrid will have to go and sign them. And no matter how much hate you have for them, I mean not for them, for Mbappe especially, that Real Madrid will have to try to sign them again. And the whole drama will start all over again. Because to me, Kylian Mbappe will try to sign for Real Madrid before his contract with PSG expires, right? Which means in 2023, we might see the drama coming back again, right? Or 2024, and then we Haaland again, and as well, same thing, right? So, I don't know, guys, but yeah, I mean, in my opinion, Florentino Perez really, I mean, he doesn't really want to sign him. He probably hates Kylian Mbappe for what he did, right? But let me tell you something. Florentino Perez is a person who always will do the best for Real Madrid, not for him. So regardless how much, you know, hurt, how much bad, how much sorry, how much disappointed he feels, he will go ahead and try to sign Kylian Mbappe if he thinks that is the best way for Real Madrid, or the best for Real Madrid, or the best thing for Real Madrid that happened. I mean, he will put his feelings aside, right? And he will try to go straight through and sign Kylian Mbappe or whoever it is, because he's done it already. What happened with Cristiano Ronaldo? The same thing. I mean, the only reason why Florentino Perez decided to let Cristiano go to Juventus de Turin, it was because it was good for Real Madrid, not good for him, right? He's only looking through the glasses of the club, not himself, right? So if you understand this, you'll probably understand why Real Madrid might be today criticizing and blasting Kylian Mbappe, and within 2 years down the road, signing him. So yeah, the doors of Real Madrid are completely open, so let's see what happens. Well guys, that is what I have for you all. Bye bye.